my gosh, I need to wash my hair. I want to talk to you guys about something that came up in a meditation today and in the culmination of a 10-day thing that I've been doing with another coach who just launched a new course. So let's just get comfy. They're doing work over there, and so I just didn't want it to be super loud and distracting. And so you get the side of my lovely, lovely home. Here's the deal. I had this like epiphany after meditating for 2.5 hours, and it's been getting said over and over and over and over and over again. That's the kicker about all of this. And it's the reality of really, like, at the end of the day, we all want something, we all desire something, and if we can figure out a way to get the fuck out of our own way, we can literally show up exactly as we want. We can show up and have a very successful business, whatever that looks like. Whatever your client, whoever your clients are, it doesn't matter, right? And so I have been feeling like crap the last couple of days and my nose has been running, and it's just been really a way for me to slow down and be. And since I'm really bad at being, the whole idea of slowing down is a fairly foreign concept to me, right? I've been in Bali for 9 months now, and the idea that this is still a foreign concept is still very real. It's still very much a real thing. And so the whole idea is, the way that I see it, and from the metaphysical text I've been reading, the meditations I've been doing, the journaling I've been doing, like all of the shit, right? All of this stuff. And you may need to go through this process to hear it too, to really see and understand that at the end of the day, you are worthy. Whatever you want to do, whatever your desire is, if it's in true alignment with what you want to do, you are going to feel worthy of it. You can tap into that inner resource of feeling worthy, which is mind-blowing to me that it took me 2.5, almost 3 years to really realize this, to really figure it out, that I am worthy 100%. And when I am supported, I can show up in a way that amplifies and magnifies, that I get to be of service to more people. You know, I asked a question the other day of, how can I be of service to you? How can I be of more service to my people, right? How can I be of service? Very simple question. And the number one answer was, just keep being you. Just keep being me. And I was like, no, I want an answer. How can I be of service? How can I help you guys more? How can I support you more? And at the end of the day, when I feel worthy and I show up and I've really connected all the dots and had this, oh yeah, that's right, I am worthy. I am worthy of having a successful business. I am worthy of being of service and helping people. And all I have to do is be me in the process. All I have to do is be me. All I have to do is share what I have learned with people in order for them to grow and have a beautiful, beautiful life, and to have a life beyond their wildest dreams. But at the end of the day, you have to really, really understand at your core that you are worthy 100% of the time, right? And if it's not in alignment, it's going to feel resistant, it's going to feel icky, and you have to ask yourself, do I feel worthy of this? And for me, for the longest time, I was like, okay, how do I understand? How do I figure out? How do I tap into that thing of knowing energetically if it's in alignment with me or if it works for me? And it's if I just show up every day, add value, show up, serve, talk to people, have conversations, if I am doing that, then at the end of the day, everything that I want to do and have and be in my life will come to fruition. The universe will give it to me. But I have to admit that I'm worthy of it. I have to admit that I am willing and capable and allowed to have these things that I want. And really understanding that if you want that thing, whether it's from an ego-based place or not, you're going to find out soon enough. Because the funny thing is I was watching another girl who I've been following. She's with an affiliate marketing company, and she made $17,000 in 1 week. $17,000 in 1 week, and she's planning last minute trips and tickets and having this beautiful experience, but for her it wasn't enough. It didn't feel fulfilling. having exactly what she wanted by getting involved in this company, which is beautiful, and she's really finding her path of how she can be of more service on a bigger level now that she has the financial backing to do so. $17,000. And I really was irked by it at first. And I was like, man, if only I had just joined her when I was financially struggling and I was in my space, like, I would be there too. And it's like, no, because that's not my path. It can be an additional thing to my path, but it is not my core path, right? My core path is showing up and being of service and teaching yoga and meditation and coaching and working with people and really giving them an outside perspective that they are not seeing in the relationships, in the sex, in the intimacy, in their experience, right? I get to help them get grounded. I get to help them elevate. I get to help them bridge that gap between the earthly world and the spiritual world. Like, I get to make this a tangible experience for them. And later on, I might be in alignment to work with this company and her. And that's a beautiful, beautiful thing. And it doesn't matter. The whole point is that you can show up and you can elevate and you can decide today. You know, and I used to not understand. I used to not understand how people could say, well, if you just decide that you want to make X amount of dollars a month, and you know it's going to come to you because you know that you're worthy of that money, and this is how it supports you, and this is why it supports you. And I took Amanda Francis's 10-day free group of, it's the sacred art of selling or selling from your soul. I don't know, but I took it and I started doing the first couple of days of prompts over and over and over and over again. And it's like, why are they supported? How does their life change as a result? I can't tell you how many iterations I've done of this particular type of writing, and it didn't really sink in until recently. It didn't fucking sink in until literally today, after I did a 2.5-hour recitation of Eka Maya, which I'm going to be sharing in my group Grit to Gold. The mantra, the track, the fact that you can do 35 minutes for the next 40 days and it will elevate and completely shift and change your life in a massive way. I just did 2.5 hours, and the one thing that I was like, I knew that, and I kept telling coaches and other people, you know how when a car turns over, like when you hotwire a car and you take the two cables and it's like, and it's supposed to spark and it wasn't sparking and it wasn't getting it and I wasn't getting it and I wasn't getting it and I wasn't getting it. It was like, oh, after doing like 500 recitations of this particular putty of the Japji, which is a Sikh scripture, which is a beautiful, beautiful scripture. These sound currents and codes in the Gurmukhi help repattern your brain. They help shift your energetic field. It's this crazy thing, but it works. And for me to sit and be in my irritation and be in my frustration and be in my hurt and suffering and really make this decision that I want to elevate, that I want to serve, that I want to show up for the 5,000 people on my Facebook and some, right? I desire to show up. I desire to serve. I desire to help shift people's lives massively through giving them a separate perception and tools to really show up for themselves, their partners, their relationships, and the things in their lives, right? And all you have to do is decide. It's that simple. Decide to elevate your life. Decide that you are worthy. It is one of the hardest concepts to grasp, but if you really want a beautiful life with all the, and I went through such a weird phase of, well, I don't know if I'm deserving of this. I don't know if I really want it. I want my life to be simple. I don't want it to look like this. I don't want to be that type of person. I want to be this type of, and it's like, if you just like shut the noise off, literally shut the fucking noise off, just shut it off and show up as yourself and say, okay, I'm here to serve. I'm here to serve. Say that to yourself. I'm here to serve. And when you show up and you're here to serve and you're here to be that person and you're here to be in that being, that mode of operating to be of service, the money will come, the clients will come, the relationship will come, the friendships will come. You have to cut through your own self-deception and your own bullshit and the stories and all of the crazy stuff that we are born with, our parental shit, the stories that our parents passed on to us in utero, the stories that we got growing up, the promises we made to ourselves as children to protect ourselves. When you just show up and you say, I want to serve. I don't know what it's going to look like. I just know that I want to be financially secure. I know that I want to live in my truth. I know that I want to help people. When you make it about helping people, the money follows every time. And it took me so long to really understand why me being of service to people was so important. Why me helping people is so important. Why that has been my path this entire time. Whether it was on tour or teaching yoga on tour, off tour. Showing up for a recent client of mine. She just went into surgery today. And it was like, I got to chant Eka Maya for 2.5 hours while she was going into surgery. And I got to put her in that energetic field of elevation. I got to put my business in that energetic field of elevation. And then it hit me. Quantum leaping is 100% a decision that you freely get to make when you decide, this is it. I'm going to have faith in the universe. I'm going to show up. Service is my number one priority. And let's see what happens. Let's get crazy, universe. Let's get crazy. And when you allow that space, there's a little white butterfly at my feet. And it just keeps fluttering around. When you allow that space to really happen, everything shifts. Everything changes. But you have to be willing to put your ego aside. And it was like my A Course in Miracles coach. I love her. And one of the things she said that resonated so much to me when we were on our call last week was she knew she had to take care of her children. She knew she had bills to pay. She knew her husband drained the money in her account. She knew that she was having this experience where she had been left and she literally had nothing. Right? And we as human beings inherently go into this fear-based place of, I need to survive. I need to make this work. I, in my humanness, need to make this happen. And when you are in that mode of operating, it is the most uncomfortable place. It's the same thing for me. I'm in Bali right now, building a business with the intention of going home only at a set point in time. And it's like, no, I'm actually ready to leave now. I know I'll probably be here for about another month to tie up things and get things in order to move back to America and figure out what my next steps are. Loosely figure out, set the intention that, I want to make X amount of dollars. I want to spend it on these things. I want to show up and live here. When you commit and decide and it becomes part of your core being and your energetic alignment and you say, okay, universe, this is what I desire, but I know you have a bigger and better plan. Show me. Let me be of service and show up for people. Let me show up and be of service for people so I can call in my desires and you can help me by showing me the path. And it may look completely different than how I realize it, right? I may realize that me doing something isn't really energetically fulfilling. I know for me, by having one-on-one conversations with clients, it is the most inspiring thing possible. Having those intimate moments where my clients can really open up, let their guard down, and just let it all out. That is by far the most profound, humbling experience, whether it is a yoga client or a coaching client. Getting to see them in their humanness. And every time they break down, they have a breakthrough. Right? They have a breakthrough. It's the most humbling experience I could ever have, by far. It is the most inspiring experience I have ever had, by far. It really reminds me that the universe is putting these people in my path, and the clients that I desire to have, I desire to have them for a reason. They are an earlier version of me, slightly different. Some are married, some are not, some have kids, some don't. Either way, their emotional, mental, and spiritual place of being is very much where I was. And those are the clients I love serving, right? I love serving those women who show up online, appearing to have it all together, but there's something in them that doesn't feel right. They feel like there's something missing. And they're beautiful human beings, but they lack a deeper connection. They lack the deeper perspective or the alternative perspective of showing up, of really living in that truth. And that's what I get excited about. How can I show them how to really shift their relationships to be in their truth? That's it. It's so simple. And the beautiful thing is I have 4 spots open for one-on-one coaching. Oh my gosh, 4 spots available. My intention is to have them sold out by August 1st. So, if you are watching the replay, #replay, if something about this video calls to you, and you're ready to just fucking do the damn thing because you're so fucking sick and tired of being in the space that you are and feeling disconnected or detached, or there's something that isn't right within you, or you have relationships that are suffering, whether they're romantic, friendship, work relationships, let's get you to a space where you can elevate and shift. Let's get you through the process of more mindfulness. Let's get you into the space of being. I love you all. I hope you have a blessed day, and I will be launching as well. If you cannot afford the one-on-one coaching with me, I will be launching in September, my birthday month. I took these beautiful, beautiful women through a 4.5-week program and we're at the end of it, and it's, for me, it's so beautiful, the aha moments and the growth and the shifting that they have had over these times and over this experience, and how I've gotten to serve and show up for them has been so beautiful that I've decided to turn it into a group coaching program called Radiant Rebels, and it's going to be launching in September. I want to have 4 beautiful souls in my one-on-one coaching program, 4 more, I should say, and I want to bring in as well the group coaching. So if any of this speaks to you, if absolutely any of it speaks to you, or something about me speaks to you, the message I am giving you speaks to you, comment below, reach out to me. I am a human being and I am happy to talk and serve. I hope you all have a beautiful, beautiful day. I'm going to get out of here because I've got some more journaling and work to do. I love you all. I really, truly love you all. And it's a pleasure to be of service.